there, Jennifer here from Balloons. So today I'm going to show you a full demo of our platform. And then after this, you can go ahead and create your own organization for free. Under that organization, we have a sample event that will allow you to familiarize yourself with the platform. And if you have any questions at all, we do have a help center, or you can message us on our live chat. So we are now here in the balloon event reception. This is the first area where your attendees will land when they come to your event. We have a tour that will open up to help them navigate through the platform, and if they need anything at all, they can always refer back to this tour button. Now, the left side are our key functions. You can rename these, you can reorder them, and you can disable them if you do not want them there. Now, the reception area is the overview of your event. You can actually make this machine learning summit example into a GIF. So if you wanted to make it more interactive when attendees land on your event, you can definitely do so. The first function that we have here is called Watch. This is where you can have multiple stages streaming at the same time if you'd like. We have a couple different streaming options. We have pre-recorded. You can have live sessions, whether you want to stream directly within the platform using Balloon Studio, which is our own live streaming tool. And then you can also stream via Rtmp. The next function is networking, which is something that Balloon is very popular for. Attendees love our networking features. So we have two types of networking. We have one-on-one, where attendees will get to accept who they are networking with. And then we also have cocktail tables, which attendees get to create their own tables, and you can have 4 people per table. The third function is Expo. So here we have 3 different types of exhibitor tiers, and you set this up yourself. We have Premium Plus, Premium, and then we also have basic tiers. And attendees can go in, they can visit with the exhibitors, they can register interest, and they can also consume content such as PDF files and videos. The last function is called Participate. So these are our breakout sessions. We have 3 different formats. Workshops, which are referred to as general. We have roundtables, and then a meetings format. On the right-hand side, we have 4 tabs, which are always accessible for the attendees. The first tab is our chat, which is a smart chat. So wherever I navigate through the platform, you'll see that it automatically changed to my main stage chat. Now, as the organizer, you have the option of pinning messages. So if you have a welcome message and you don't want it to get lost in all of the chats, you can pin. And then you can also delete messages if you need to. The next 3 tabs are optional to display, so if you don't want them there, you can hide them. The second tab here is our agenda. So I've color-coded my agenda to differentiate the tracks. You can see what's live, and attendees can actually come in and set their own reminders. So if there's something I don't want to miss out on, it will notify me here in the bell, and then I'll also get an email. One thing on the emails that I want to mention is they do pull your event colors and your logo, so attendees feel the emails are being sent from you, but they're actually being sent directly from Balloon. The third tab is sponsors. Here we have 3 types of sponsor tiers. You can change the names of the tiers, and you can make the logos clickable to your sponsor's website. Lastly is people. This is like an event directory where people can come in, they click on your name, and then they start a chat or invite them for a video call. Again, agenda, sponsors, and people tabs can be hidden, and I'll show you where you can do that. So this is a very high-level overview of the event experience. I'm going to take you into Balloon Manager, which is your organizer dashboard. Once you create an organization with us, you can have as many events within one organization as you like. Each event has its own specific dashboard. So you can come in, and I've created my Machine Learning Summit test event. So I'm here in the dashboard. We do focus a lot on analytics, so you'll be able to see real-time analytics as well as information such as how many cocktail tables were created and how long did people sit at them for. You can also download the exhibitor leads, stage visits, and session visits as well. And you will get attendee information such as first name, last name, and email address of who visited these these sessions, stages, as well as the leads. Now, the left side is where I'm going to create my full event. Even whenever you publish your event, you can always come back and change things if you need to. One thing I do want to mention is you don't have to create multiple test events on Balloon. You can create one event that you're planning to go and use on the event days. Attendees don't have access to the full event before it starts. Attendees only have access to your reception area and the right-hand tabs. They will see across here a banner that shows how long until the event starts. But you as the organizer and then your speakers as well as moderators have access to the full event beforehand so that you can test on the main stage, or if you want to test on the breakout sessions. So that's something to keep in mind. We know it's a headache to create multiple test events. So again, you only need one. Now, going back into Balloon Manager, so here we have our key details. We have recommended dimensions for any of the assets that you're uploading. When you come through key details, you'll add your colors. Here is where you can decide which functions you want. If you want to rename them, you can do so, and you can reorder them as you like. Now, the video provider, if I go back into my event, you'll see I have this gray box. These are the people that have registered for the event, while the green eyeball are those that are actually in the event. So you can disable both of these. You can replace this gray box with a video, whether you want to do a welcome video or music. You can definitely do so. So when we say video provider, that's what we're referring to. We also have an integration with Slido, so if you would like to have polling and Q&A, you can add those details here. Now, one thing on key details that I want to mention is our white label offering, which does only come on our enterprise plan, and I will talk about pricing later, but here is an example where you do not see our balloon branding anywhere. This is our white label solution versus non-white label, where the center here is still fully customized to your look and feel, but the left side does have our balloon logo and our color on the left and right. So you have both options. The non-white label does come on our starter and pro plans, and then the white label is on our enterprise plan. So those are the key details. You save everything, and then you can preview as many times as you like. Now, when it comes to registration, we have two different types of registration options for you. The first is registration directly within Balloon. So here I go ahead and I create my different ticket types. If my event is free, then there's nothing you need to do other than just create the tickets directly. But if you do have a paid event, you would need to link a Stripe account. And you do that within your organization under billing. You can see here that we have get paid for your events, so you connect your Stripe account. Now, an alternative solution, going back into my registrations, is the option of bulk uploading, which does come on our enterprise plan as well. What happens with the bulk upload is you can come here and upload a CSV file of up to 10,000 registrants. The beauty of this is we automatically create an account for that attendee. We register them for your event. They will then receive an email that has a take me to the event button and or we also have a magic link there. which they can click on and it will take them directly into your event reception. So the attendees don't have to register again. The process is very seamless for them. So again, this is our bulk uploading feature, which is available in Enterprise. You can see here in my registrations where I have all of my registrants. You can change the ticket type if you need to, and you'll also be able to see if they attended your event or not. You do have the option of blocking them, and if you need to transfer the ticket to, let's say, another one of their emails, you can definitely do so, or transfer to anyone else. So this is the registration process. Now I'm going to go back into the event and go into each function more in detail. With our watch function, again, you can have multiple stages streaming at the same time. Here I have one stream, and you'll see we have a sentiment bar here. This is a really great way for people to interact with the stage that's live. And you can also pair a sponsor with all of your stages. You can actually pair a sponsor with mostly everything that happens throughout Balloon. We do focus a lot on monetization, so allowing you to give as much exposure as possible to your sponsors and your exhibitors. And you'll see here on the right that my chat changed, and then you can see how many people are viewing the stage at that time. Now I'm going to go in and show you the different types of streaming options that we have. So after I've created my stage, you come in and then you can see we have the video providers. As I mentioned earlier, Balloon Studio is our own live streaming. It's very easy to use. You just share the Backstage URL with your speakers. Each stage has its own unique Backstage URL. So I'm going to go in and I am going to show you an example of how the Backstage works. So now I'm joining the Backstage, and once I go ahead and apply, I'm going to move me over, and I see myself twice. All right. So now we are in the Backstage, and we're not live just yet. Once I select broadcast is whenever we will go ahead and start streaming onto the main stage for the attendees. So you'll see it says it's live. You can coordinate with your speakers here in the Backstage chat. Only you and your speakers have access to this chat, so you can make sure that they're ready. And your speakers can share their screen. You can have on the Backstage about 6 people at the same time. So if you wanted to do a panel discussion, you can have up to 6 people. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop broadcasting, and I will disconnect and take you back into the, I'm going to move my photo again. Okay, so now the other 2 options for streaming, you can have pre-recorded. So YouTube, Vimeo, or Wistia. But then you also have the option of streaming using any tool and then streaming via Rtmp. So for this, again, each stage has its own unique stream key and URL. So you just copy these and you can add them to your endpoint. So these are the different types of streaming options for the stages. One thing I do want to mention is we have a partnership with SyncWords. So we've integrated, they are a player that powers captioning and translation. So if this is something that you would like, you'll see here that we have the details on how you can have SyncWords integrated to your events. Now I'm going back into the next function, which is networking, and the 2 types of networking that we have are cocktail tables, where you'll see are on the right-hand side, and then we have instant networking on the left. I'm going to go ahead and create my own table. So as an attendee, they get to create their own tables. This is very much led by the attendees themselves. Now, I'm sitting here and then 3 other people can come and join my table. Let's say if one other person joined and we don't want other people to join, you can go ahead and lock your table. You can share your screen, and then we have our chat here on the right-hand side. There's no limit on the amount of tables that can be created. The more the merrier, and there's no limit on how long people can sit at the tables for. So we've seen on average people sit for about 17 minutes, which is a true testament to show that people really love this feature. Now I'm going to leave the table and I will go ahead into the instant networking. So there's no one here with me. I'm just doing this video and on this event alone. But here what happens is Balloon will find the attendee a match. And then I have 10 seconds to decide if I want to match with that person or not. And the same with the other person. They get to decide if they want to match with me. Now, as the organizer, I'm going to go into networking and I'm going to show you how you can define a couple of things when it comes to the networking function. So you get to decide the minimum and maximum meeting duration for the instant networking. So if you have speed networking, you can limit it to 30 seconds. So you get to define this. You do get to pair one sponsor with the networking function. So the sponsor for networking will be the sponsor for both networking features that we have. And then you get to decide if you want random matching. So anyone that goes into the event, goes into the networking, the one-on-one, will be randomly paired, or you get to decide if you want to do it based on ticket types. This is entirely up to you. Just save, and then the logic will automatically pair people based on how you've set it up. Going into our third function, which is our exhibitors. Here you can change the name if you'd like. If you don't want Expo, you can change it and repurpose this space for anything really. So we have three types of exhibitor tiers. The first example is our Premium Plus, where you'll see I have a logo, header. You can also make this a GIF if you'd like. Each exhibitor gets their own chat on the right, and then you get to add a paragraph, 2 PDF files, 2 videos. You can also talk to staff. So if I'm visiting and I want to talk to somebody, I can start a chat with them or join them for a call. You can add 2 promo codes. And then attendees can register their interest. So this is really great for your exhibitors to capture leads from your events. So here I can click register interest, and then the exhibitor will receive an email saying Jennifer is interested, here are her contact details. Your exhibitors also get to host their own live sessions within their exhibitor booths. So here I have a fallback video, and then I'll go ahead and I'll start my live session. So I'm here, I've started the live session, and you'll see that we have 1 out of 10 participants. This means that we can have up to 10 people that join. They have their video and audio on, and they're interacting with me within my session. You also can see an eyeball, so although it's limited to 10 participants, you can have up to thousands of people that are viewing the session. They're just not participating. So this is something that your exhibitors can have within their exhibitor booths. The next tier is called Premium. Premium has everything that Premium Plus has, but it does limit to 1 PDF, 1 video, and then 1 promo code. While the last tier is called Basic, and Basic is this example where you have 1 video, 1 paragraph, 1 logo, and then you have the chat on the right. You still do get the lead generation button, and then you can also have staff there as well. So that is the Expo function. And then lastly is our participate function, which I mentioned before is our breakout sessions. So we have 3 types of formats, and you can have as many sessions as you like, and you can run them all at the same time. The first type is the round table, which you'll see from the outside looks like a round table. You can have up to 12 participants plus 3 moderators. But then you can have up to 1,000 people that are viewing, they're just not participating. The second format is called General, which is commonly used for workshops. Here you can see I've added an image, and you do get to pair a sponsor with your different sessions. And with the general, you can have up to 20 participants plus 3 moderators. But then again, you can have as many people viewing, they're just not participating. And then lastly is our meeting format, which is participation only. So you can't have people viewing, they have to participate. And here it's similar to the round table, where from the outside it looks like a table. And with the meeting format, you can have up to 10 participants plus 3 moderators. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how this works. I come in and you'll see I can start the live session. Here you can decide if you want them recorded or not. And you'll also be able to see how many people are participating and then how many viewers. And then we have our chat here on the right side as well. So this is an example of how the breakout sessions look. I am going to show you within Balloon Manager how you can set these up. So I've went ahead and created 3 different types of sessions. You'll add all of their details. You can add the sponsor. You can also have the Q&A and polling as well in your sessions. Plus, we do have the SyncWords integration on sessions as well. So if you'd like to have translations, you can definitely do so as well. Translations or captioning. Now, you get to decide your session type. You can limit the number of participants. You get to decide who can watch, so anyone can see that session. You can make it private, invitation only. You can do it based on specific ticket types, or you can also have it hidden and you need to share the link for them to access it. You get to also decide who can participate. So if you want anyone to go in and participate freely, then you can set it to anyone. Or you can say if you want it moderated. Here, if it's moderated, then the moderator accepts who gets to come in and participate. Or you can do invite only. And then as I mentioned, you can record the session. So I've enabled recording. You come here to the bottom and I go to stage and session recordings, and then you can download them there. So to download any of this, you just click here, view the recording, and then you can download it. So that's on the breakout sessions. Now I'm going back into the reception area. So within the reception, we focus a lot on driving traffic to what's happening, what's next up. We also have visibility for your sponsors, your exhibitors, and then speakers, and a full view of the agenda here as well. One other thing I do want to mention is attendees don't need to download an app to, if they're not able to log on to their desktop during your event, they can still use any browser on their phone, and they can still access the full event experience. So that's just something to keep in mind if your attendees aren't able to log on to desktop. Now I'm going back into Balloon Manager, and I will finish off mentioning a couple of things. So you can duplicate events if you have, weekly events where the content is quite similar. Instead of you having to recreate the event from scratch, you can go ahead and duplicate. So you need to do that when you're in your specific event directly. Now, going back into my organization, once you have created your profile, I mentioned that the emails pull your logo, your organization name, the event colors, and then we have an organization email here so that the reply back email is your own and your attendees can reach out to you directly. We have a couple of integrations here, so if you have your own live chat, Slack, which you can get notified when people register for your event. It's just a great way for you and your team to get excited when people register for your event. We also have Miro. So Miro, if you're unfamiliar, is a whiteboard collaboration tool, which in the breakout sessions is a really great way for people to interact with one another. So you can have Miro, and then we have Slido for Q&A and polling. You would need to have your own Slido account and then just add the links directly within your event on Balloon Manager. We have SyncWords for the captioning and the translations, and then also show flow, which I mentioned around the streaming via Rtmp. ShowFlow is a tool that my team and I use. We're really impressed by. If you want to have like an animated background, ShowFlow is a really great tool that we recommend. So these are the different types of integrations that we have. Last two tabs that I want to mention, team, so you can add different team members so that you can all collaborate on the event together. And then lastly is billing. So just like everything else within Balloon, billing is also self-serve. So when you're ready to upgrade to a plan, you can come here into billing and then add your card on file, and you can upgrade and downgrade whenever you like. One thing that our attendees really appreciate is our customer support. So especially on your event days, my team and I will make sure that we're there to not only support you, but support your attendees. So if they have any questions at all, then they can message us here and we'll make sure they get into your event successfully. And we also have a help center. So my team and I have written a lot of articles on, frequently asked questions. We have video tutorials that you can refer to at any time if you have any questions at all. Now, I will finish off with our pricing. So our pricing is very transparent. Everything is on our website. And you have the option of going with monthly or yearly. If you do yearly, you save up to 20%. Now, the three plans that we have are Starter, Pro, and Enterprise. When you do create an account on Balloon, such as your organization, you're automatically on our starter plan, which you'll see is free. Something that we do charge aside from the plan is the rate per attendee. So we don't charge per registration. We charge for the people that actually show up to your event. We know a lot of people register and sometimes don't show up. So we only charge per attendee. Now, you can also have up to 100 first attendees free depending on your plan. So for example, on our enterprise plan, we give you your first 100 attendees free, and then we'll charge 75 cents after that. On our enterprise plan, the two main benefits that the other plans do not have, I mentioned before, is the white label solution, but then also having the option to bulk upload. So if you're using any third-party tool such as Eventbrite, you'll be able to bulk upload the list of attendees, and they will be sent a magic link to directly enter into your event. Other than that, the Enterprise allows you to have unlimited organizer seats. The organizer seats is your team members so that you can have as many people as you want collaborating on the event. You can have unlimited stages, sessions, sponsors, and exhibitors. So you can come here and you can compare plans depending on budget or whichever you really need for your events. Two other things is there's no event duration limit. You can have a 5-day event if you want, and we do only charge for the one attendee across the different days. So you don't pay for one attendee each individual day, so that's something to keep in mind. The only other fee that we do charge is if you do decide to sell tickets through Balloon directly. If it's free, we don't charge anything, but if there is a fee that you're charging, we do take 5% of the ticket price. We also have a fun little calculator where you can see directly how much the fees would be. This is just a good way for you to understand how much you'd end up paying. Now, again, we are always here to support, although Balloon is fully self-serve, but we're more than happy to help. And if you do have any questions at all, you can reach out to me directly at jennifer@joinballoon.com. All right, thanks, and we're very excited to host your events with us.